Hey everyone, this is take two. Hopefully, we will be able to find each other again. I'm kind of thinking that today might be tough because probably maybe more people are home, more people are trying to chit chat with family. Our internet may be a problem. So I'm going to continue on through whether it freezes or not. And of course, all my videos end up on YouTube later on. So it continues recording on my end, but it freezes for you for some reason. So if it freezes, I'm just going to keep going on and it will be available for you guys later. Yay, I see people. Yay. Okay, good. So just today we're using bleach and water, and I'm just putting a card together here that I had pre-done. I think I'm going to use the Label Me Bold here again in Night of Navy, and I'm not sure which saying I'm going to use on it yet, but just to kind of put a saying on it. Okay, so anyways, there we go. Pretty, hey? I love how all the different colors happen just because. And I'm glad that gold still stayed nice and shiny. Okay, I'm also going to add some those gilded gems on there as well. So I will have pictures later on my blog. Okay, next I'm going to do that same idea, but I'm going to switch up the colors. So I don't know how these ones are going to react. No clue. So we will be doing a little experiment all together. Okay, so the colors I'm going to use are Melon Mambo, Flirty Flamingo, and Rococo Rose. So I've got daubers that coordinate with each of those colors. I don't know if you can see this, but I pre-embossed this around all of the just on two edges of this paper. I'm not sure if I'm going to go this way, I'm not sure. We shall see. I see it freezing. I'm so sorry. Let's just keep on rolling and see where we go. So I'm going to start off with the darkest color first. Let's go in with Melon Mambo. I've got myself the little dauber that I have that coordinates. So I'm just going to go right over top of everything. Ooh, I'm hoping that the Whisper White shows through and doesn't stain. Maybe I won't be using too much Melon Mambo. Maybe we'll concentrate more on the a little bit lighter colors here. So let's just, okay, that'll be enough Melon Mambo then. Do you know what I'm meaning? Because normally with colors, when you've pre-embossed, the white still kind of stays white. But I see this must be really pigmented, and so it is kind of covering up that white, which I don't want. Flirty next. Yeah, let's go with Flirty. Hopefully we won't have the same shoe. Yeah, no, I can tell already this one's going to be cooperative. So just note to self, Melon Mambo might be a little bit difficult. There's always one, right? So we're just going over top, kind of go into where the Melon Mambo was before too. It's kind of neat. Right over top. Okay, and then our final color is going to be Rococo Rose. This should be a nice hit of a little bit of a cool pink color. and go into that flirty just to kind of make it kind of a gradual look. Sorry everyone, the camera's going to be shaking. All right. Good, good. Pretty, pretty. Reds and pinks often stain. Yes, and we found out the other day that so does blackberry bliss. So, you know, it's trial and error. We're all good. Okay, so I've colored this up here. I've got myself, I do have the bleach solution inside of here, but I'm very leery to squeeze almost. I think, yes, Facebook's wonky today. So I'm just actually I have some of that solution inside a bowl here. 9 parts water to 1 part bleach. And I'm gonna start off with, ooh, man, the leaves. Okay, so as you can see, it doesn't take much to totally bleach out the Rococo Rose. So I'd almost be apt to maybe dip it in this solution or have a less potent solution, I suppose. Let's go in with all the leaves first and see how things go. I have a feeling the flirty is gonna just kind of, yeah, turn nice and light. Okay, but isn't that cool? Who would have thought? Who one day just decided, I'm gonna paint with bleach? That's so cool. So still no takers on my offer. I don't know. I'm willing to give away the, you know, Love It, Shop It paper, DSP. Anyone who buys this, or the first person to buy this bundle, that's an extra little bonus I'm giving away. Plus, everybody who orders gets the Gilded Gems for free. And the Ornate Style Bundle, which is what I've been playing with all week. So those beautiful frames and of course, these beautiful flowers are still available. They're not on back order yet. The other bundle that's in the Ornate Garden suite is on back order, as is the entire bundle. Yeah, entire suite, I should say. So I'm not really sure how that works, but okay, so we're going to be getting into our Melon Mambo here. I'm curious to see if it takes out the color or it just mutes it. It kind of just mutes it. Okay. Isn't that fun? And as you can see, I just stamped partial images all the way around. Oh, it's starting to work down here on that Melon Mambo. So if you give this a try with some different colors, I would love to see how it turns out. Okay, I'm gonna go. I definitely want the daisies to be white. But do I? Yeah, let's go white. And because it's been embossed, it's kind of nice because the bleach will actually just kind of puddle inside the area. It's not going to go wandering off your paper or down the road, down your paper, or so these colors definitely don't give you any variation in color, really, like that Night of Navy did on that last card, that how it pulled out those pinks in the color, the reds in the color, where the balmy blue just went straight to white. Okay. Let's go in here to this daisy. So today's cards, let's see. What's our purpose today? I don't know. I think we should just continue thinking about who in our lives needs a little pick me up. I know I delivered a card to somebody yesterday and they were very grateful. She said, you just know when I need, you know, like it arrives just at the perfect time. I love hearing that, because I know I did the right thing when I was supposed to, right? So that was cool. On this flower, I don't know, for some reason I always think it just needs the stripes. Has anyone seen those the dahlias, I'm not sure however you pronounce it, but there are dahlias that have the red and white stripes, and this reminds me, that flower reminds me of that dahlia. I think it was called O Canada. We did have it back in Manitoba, and then it didn't come back. Sometimes our harsh winters over there did a few plants in. Okay, now I don't know if I should. I'm almost tempted to just leave those large, oh, this is a dahlia, the larger flowers alone. But there's those little guys we might want to play around with. I think let's start off first with just the center and see what we think. Maybe that'll give us enough of a different look to just let them be. Did I miss over here? I'm also thinking this might have been really pretty in gold, because then when it bleaches these colors totally out, you still can sort of see the outline, if that makes sense. The outlines of the flowers, or when it bleaches out totally with one go, you kind of can't see the details of the flowers, I suppose. I'm actually going to color this dahlia in, because it needs a hit of white down in this corner, I think. There. Okay. I think I'm content with that. I'm just going to dry this with the heat tool and find my lid right here. Heat tool. All right, there we have it. So how are we going to decorate this card? What my thoughts were was just to put it straight onto the card base of Melon Mambo. I think Melon Mambo still works nicely with it. How we're going to decorate this. Did you know you can go like this? You can splatter too, right? Let's give some splatters. Just like we do with our blender pen or our Stampin' Blends. Can you see it coming? Oh, that's neat. Can you see them starting to show up? So this would be an amazing technique for making a sky with stars. Look at that, it's coming. See all those little bits? Isn't that fun? So there we go. There we go. So if I was using these colors again, I think I would dilute the water to bleach ratio a little more, just so that you have more room to play with, right? This went straight to white. I don't know. I'm not loving that color. I'll think about what I want to add to this as far as a saying or what have you goes. We'll see. I'll play around with it. And of course this will be on my blog later on today. So there we go. There's card 2. Or the thoughts of card 2. Okay, next one. Yes. So you can actually color on the paper and then bleach it out. Or of course you can stamp onto paper and bleach it out. So the colors of paper will change. There again, based on what color you're using, different colors will pop out when you bleach it. So here I wanted to do something with Pretty Peacock, and then I tried putting bleach on just a scrap piece of paper. So this was 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, 4 layers of bleach. Not a huge fan of that color. So that quickly changed my mind, and I said, maybe silver embossing. Yes. Love it, Mary Ellen. That would bring, oh, I like it. Good. Okay. So there was that. I tried Rococo Rose, which loved. So we're going to be doing card later on with the Rococo Rose. It gives you a little more variation, right? So this was 1 layer, 2 layers. This half was 3, and that was 4. Okay. I did balmy Seaside Spray. There again. 1 layer, 2 layer, a little bit of 3 and 4. So there's, like I say, there's a little bit more variation and play with the colors. So I don't know if you can tell, but I went over the leaves once and I went over the flowers twice. It's hard to see, except for this one. I just put little hits of the second layer. It's hard to kind of tell. We'll see. But I really like it. So that's on crumb cake, by the way. And I decided, since this, you know, I didn't expect crumb cake to turn yellow. I totally assumed it would go white or a tan, right? But I kind of like this color, and it's, look at it, it matches so nicely with So Saffron. So what I decided to do here was put a layer of this crumb cake, but using that Ornate Style embossing folder. And then I'm actually going to cut this out. Do you want to hang out for that? Swatches are a great idea, yeah. No sense, you know, getting your whole card all done and then you're like, what is this? What kind of color is it? You know. Oh, I just had a thought for this. We could add some Wink of Stella. Yes, I'm going to add Wink of Stella onto the flower portions, and maybe that'll make the flower sections pop out even more, since they didn't, I mean, they're a little bit whiter than the leaves, but not a whole lot different. I'm just bubble cutting around. That for me means just leaving kind of a big bubble around everything, as opposed to just cutting on the line. To me, it goes faster. You don't have to be as precise. Has anybody tried stamping with the bleach? I didn't have time to get there this morning. I got up early again to get it done, but I did want to do that. Try stamping. I don't know if you should, I don't know if it's okay to stamp with photopolymer stamps in bleach. I'm not sure. I know the photopolymer is kind of fussy. You can't use StazOn with photopolymer. It actually can end up melting. Lesson learned. It can actually melt the photopolymer. Pretty. Okay, let's do Wink of Stella. So I don't know if you're gonna see this so well, but oh yes. Like it. That'll make those flowers pop a little more. Oh, Wink of Stella saves the day. Love it. Can you see the glimmer? Hopefully. I know sometimes the camera doesn't pick up the Wink of Stella so well, but man, you know, right? It's amazing. It's one of those tools you just have to have. Yeah. Like it. See if I can get it to shimmer for you. There, see? So those flowers are going to be a little bit of a little shine and pop. Cool. Okay, so there is that onto that background. I was wondering about either this braided twine, or if I should just go in with the linen thread again. Or I could use white, actually. Oh, I have got to organize this drawer. Oh my. Oh, I think I might like white the best. I thought with crumb cake it might look nice to be rustic a little bit, but I think the white might kind of anchor out a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to play around with that and see how it goes. I might also trim this down a little bit smaller and go in with either this stamp again around the outside of the So Saffron, or I don't know, I could emboss with white, or I could use Versamark. I don't know, I'll see. And then once again, I'm going to use one of these Label Me Bold sayings. I think this set goes so perfectly with this bundle. So I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to make some like friendship cards today. Just because kind of cards. Friends. You know, hello. Just because. They're some of my favorite cards. Okay, so I'll play around with that and see what I think. And of course, that'll be on my blog later on today, what I finally came up with. Okay. Here we go again with a different color combo. So I had done that little swatch with Rococo Rose. And this was only one a swipe with bleach on those little daisies. Isn't it cute? And I think that's all I'm going to do, is just leave it alone. I don't know which direction I like the best. I'm going to mount it on a little piece of Whisper White and onto Crumb Cake. I don't know. Leave the So Saffron layer so it doesn't take away from the floral layer. That is true. That is true. Otherwise it might be too busy. There is our scalloped Rococo Rose ribbon. And I'm almost thinking I might just get a, well, how big's this? Oh, this is the Ornate Frames dies, which are a little bit smaller. No. This is the, ooh, that might look pretty too. I might actually go this direction then. If I did this in white and put my little saying on there, or I could do it in just plain old Rococo Rose and emboss in the saying in white. That might look pretty. So anyways, I'm not using this green. I'm just using it as a template for size. That's a little too much for me. All right, so isn't that pretty though? Like, so just stamp them kind of, you know, facing inside, and away you go. Pretty. So I'll play with that one too. Our last card, I'm going to change a little bit here. So this one I did with Seaside Spray. I put one layer on everything, and then Daisy's got an extra layer. Didn't change too much between the leaf and the daisy for that second time. So I wanted to emphasize a little bit more color. So what I'm going to do is take out my Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to go in and do some coloring. So let's just add some pops. I guess this is Balmy Blue, not Seaside Spray. I think it'll be okay. Do some hits of color here. What do you think? So you could do this with all of them, especially on those colors that bleach it right out. Like that first card we did, you could go back in and add different colors, which would be kind of pretty. This one I just wanted to stay kind of monochromatic. Sure makes those centers look inverted. They almost look like bachelor buttons a little bit. Neat. And maybe I'll use the light version just a little bit on the leaves. Here's my thought. I wonder about outlining the whole thing, all of them. Decisions. I don't know. Not sure. What do you think? Should I go around? Well, you can't really see the light version that much. Don't like Estella. A little bit of color wakes it up. Yeah, it does. Wonder just a minute. What about mint macaron on the leaves? It didn't do much with the light balmy blue, but what if we went in with a little bit different color? Okay. Little hit of something different. I'm almost thinking like mango melody. Could we do that on the, it's only paper, go for it? It's like my deja vu of my watercolor instructor. Yes, she used to always say, it's just paper. It's not precious. What do you think? It's kind of fun. Little hit of something. So that was the dark mango melody. I don't think I'm going to do the entire thing, although I could. What about Pool Party? That's kind of in the like balmy blue. Just kind of on the other ends of that balmy blue. Just extending those little pieces out a little bit. With Pool Party. I'm loving that yellow. Wow. All right, Paps. Gotta love when you try something and it works so neatly. I'm almost wanting to go back now into that Melon Mambo piece and add some hits of color. I think I'm going to stop there. I like it. Look at that. Oh, the camera changes the color. Isn't that neat? It's kind of fun. All right, so what my plan was to mount it on a Whisper White piece and hit it with balmy blue, Seaside Spray and balmy blue, because I found like I think this color kind of really looks like this color. I would never ever ever in my wildest dreams put those two colors together ever, but thanks to the bleach I think that's how this is going to go. And because we did add a little hit of mint macaron, if we can, you know, add a little something. It is mint macaronish. I might need to add a little more in there. I don't know. I'll play around. I also need to figure out a little sentiment there. How I'm going to add that. Okay, so I'm going to play around with that. But I do want to go back to quiet. I want to go back to this one, and I want to add some hits of color. Let's do it. That changed the whole of that other card, didn't it? So let's do that with this one. Let's do Mango Melody. Let's do it. I do have Flirty Flamingo. Yellow. Let's see, what can we do yellow on? Should we do yellow on the daisy? A bit. Ooh. I think, is that the light or the dark? Maybe we'll try in with the light first. Yeah, I think I like the light better. Okay, I'll just extend some of this out with the lighter one. Okay, and I might as well continue on then with these daisies. Just, they don't all have to be the same, of course, but it's just make some things a little more cohesive, I suppose. That one. What do you think of the hit of Mango Melody in here? Not too bad. Very bright. Hit a pool party. Oh, I like that idea. Yes. Let's do pool party for leaves, on the leaves. Which one is, oh, that's mint macaron. Let's go in with the pool party one. Let's do some of that on the leaves. It brings back the veining. I think this is going to turn out to be a very bright card for all my bright friends. Right, because the veining was pretty lost. So with these colors, just remember to maybe have more water in your bleach mixture. Indy Houston. And where might Kevin have gone? Who knows? Guess that's looking after her. I was thinking rich raspberry, but I think we're kind of going severely bright. Or should I do it? Let me just use, let me just put it here. What do I think? Yeah, I think it would go. I think so. Okay, I think these little guys, yeah, there we go. They get kind of lost. And this will hopefully bring them back to life. This is the light rich raspberry, by the way. Huh. Well, there we go. I'm having a blast with this technique. I love when I, have to, I think up different ideas and whatnot, and I have to go outside my comfort zone and try new things. So fun. I think I'm going to do a little bit of flirty. On this flower. We'll See what happens. Not really seeing a whole ton of it, I guess, but hopefully that'll give it a little bit of a shadow. To kind of bring out those petals a little more. A little, it's subtle. I think it makes it look darker, brighter, especially since the white isn't super white. Let's do that on this one again too. This one should look a little different because it is different than Rococo Rose. Super white, but I think I'm going to just Are we good to go? Still okay with this? I think so. Oh, my pup wants everything. Now I'm tempted to go in here. No, I'm going to leave that one. I want to see what monochromatic calm looks like. Ooh, kind of like a crooked. Maybe I'll trim it down a little and add a layer of something. Okay, I think I'm just going to bring these out again just so you can have a little peek at what I'm going to play with here. This one and this one. Did I do another one? Oh, there was this one. Okay, so now to add the sentiments and put them all together. And like I said, I think the white flower needs a touch of color. Yeah, it kind of does stand out now, doesn't it? If I look at it up. But that's another thing my watercolor instructor always told me to do. She's like, you're always working like this. You need to back up, get somebody, put it across the room and have a look at it. And that kind of gives you the whole picture as opposed to just little bits and pieces. Yes, and now that I see it on the screen, I'm like, yeah, that needs a little bit of something right there. I think I'll go in with probably Flirty. Yeah, I think so. Flirty Flamingo in there, just to kind of break it up a little bit. Okay. Well, thanks everybody hanging out with me today. I hope that if you have tried this technique that you have been reminded of it and see how cool it is and all the different options that you can kind of play around with. Maybe when I'm still playing here, I will attempt to stamp with bleach. I'll see. I'm not sure how. I'd have to put it on a plate, I suppose, and go from there. That might almost look fun on some of these cards. Oh, decisions. Petal paint. Janet, I was thinking petal paint too. I'm going to look at that and see. But yes, that was coming to my brain. We shall see. Okay, so I am so excited to finish these off for you and get them on my blog so you can see what the final results are. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you can connect with family if you have, and this weekend, since it's a kind of a special holiday, especially for us Christian people. And apparently I'll be going to take out the dog now. Couple more days to get in the feature. I may have to put some happy mail in the mail to you. Aw. Wet a paper towel for your ink pad. I'm not sure what that means. Anyways, I will go back and read all of your comments because I'm excited to see what your, comments are. And you probably have some amazing suggestions in there that will help me out to help me to finish this. And I always love reading all your comments. So thank you so much for doing that. And like I say, I will see you back here on Monday at 10 a.m. for a new feature of the week. We'll see what happens. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.